Well, I'm so happy to join you on this Wednesday morning. You and I have shared a lot of meaningful conversations around NFT NYC, and you're one of our favorite people to collaborate with. Looking forward to all the cool things that you're going to be doing with Twitter Spaces for our upcoming event. For those that don't know you and all the amazing things you do with Rugs Radio, with Forbes, and other projects, please introduce yourself to all of us, my friend.
GM, everyone, first of all, Ian, it's always huge pleasure to be with you. We couldn't start this live for 10 minutes because we're just chatting about life. We're good friends in
Yes,
person, we're good friends in Web2 and Web3, and I'm happy to be back. It's our fifth interview in the last 5 months. So
I know.
basically an interview per month. My name is Nikita Cikaluk. This year I'm coming to NFT NYC as a program advisor. As Ian already mentioned, I'm the guy who is together with Michael from NFT NYC organizing Road to NFT NYC Twitter Spaces. As a host of OriGensXYZ on Rag Radio, I'm also planning to have our live spaces with Cameron, with Jody, planning to cover the whole conference, all the aspects of side events, all the wonderful speakers who will join me on stage, all the wonderful MCs in my Forbes article, and also seeing a lot of my friends, a lot of clients based there in the US, specifically in New York. So cannot wait to come. And we're starting NFT NYC in the right way.
Yes, we are. So you have unique access to so many different communities. And I've noticed over time, listening to you and watching you, you have a keen skill at seeing the best in people and projects and kind of shining a light on that. Because that's something I see in you, I'd love for you to share with everybody your perspective of the NFT NYC leadership team, right? You've had a unique relationship with Jody and Cameron, our founders, and Michael, who you mentioned, and others on the team. Can you give folks that maybe are coming for the first time, or maybe they haven't really had access to the core team that puts this together, tell everyone a bit about the team that makes this happen?
I remember that is the exact same question I asked you half a year ago back at NFT London. So perhaps
Yeah.
right now you want to hear my perspective.
Yes.
Obviously, Jody and Cam are one of the most extraordinary people in Web3 space in a way of how well they're connected with everyone and the vision that they had many, many years ago in New York to have this bigger event to connect people. I do remember the first NFT NYC that people were not aware what is Web3, what are NFTs, and it
Right.
was what, like a couple of hundreds people. Right now we have up to 20,000 people coming there. And even the first edition of London, it already hosted a couple of thousand people there for the first
Yeah.
edition. So obviously Cameron and Jody are at the top, who are wonderful with people, who are wonderful with brands, who are coming there for mass adoption of Web3, which is
Right.
also very, very important for us. Then you also mentioned amazing team members like Michael, who is responsible for social media, for marketing, LJ, Tony, wonderful woman behind the success of NFT NYC. Previously, I was also closely working with Queen and many, many other team members of the team.
Yes.
And the beauty of me being that well connected with NFT NYC is obviously seeing different perspectives,
Mhm.
different vision, because all of these different dots, different goals are combined, which is called family, which is called community. And you can
Yeah.
see it not only through the core team, you can see it through volunteers who are coming
Mhm.
to support, you can see it through brands, partners, and sponsors who are
Yeah.
coming there year after year after year.
Yeah.
They share the same vision, they see the value that the conference that people out there are bringing through panels, through exhibitions, through side events. Come on, NFT NYC the biggest event throughout the year in terms
Right.
of side events for sure. So all
Amazing.
these communities are coming together in New York from all around the world to be connected, to grow together. And obviously, that is the fact that fascinates me the most about NFT NYC. Even you having this thousand something interviews and fireside chats with people, it contributes to NFT NYC brand. It contributes to you being a representative of the brand because you share the same value.
Right.
So this is the attitude, this is the positivity the team shares, and something that I'm a huge fan of because I'm also putting positivity and kindness about everything else.
Yeah. With Origins XYZ on Rug Radio and all the people you get access to because of the platform that Forbes has given you, you get access to a ton of things and knowledge and insight into things before the market does. I'd love to hear one or two things that have really shocked you that you didn't know until you found out. So let me go first as an example. I was spending time with Lehman and Mance, the co-founders of Hedera. Now, I've known about Hedera and the Hashgraph protocol from a distance, but I never had knowledge of what they were doing in the NFT space. It turns out Hedera has the fastest decentralized blockchain in the world. It's even faster than Solana, a centralized blockchain, if you want to call it that. And when I found out they were doing over 500,000 transactions per second and their trajectory of growth, I thought, wow, a lot of things that can't be solved in our current ecosystem maybe could be in this. So that's an example of like a big wow moment for me where I didn't really understand the significance of what Hedera had built. Can you give us an example or two of things that maybe you found
Absolutely.
out that people maybe just don't know about yet?
Absolutely. Why don't I go with an example of a brand, of my beloved brand that I'm going to share the stage in New York together with. And here I'm referring to the Fabricant,
Yep.
one of the biggest, one of the most reliable fashion houses in
Yes.
Web3 space. In New York, I'll be sharing the stage with Adriana, one of three co-founders of the brand. And
Right.
one thing that I actually didn't know about the Fabricant before they came to OriGensXYZ on Rag Radio earlier this January is the fact that this team created the first fashion NFT back in the days. And right
Amazing.
now, since many years has passed, you don't actually think about fashion in a way who was the first one, who created the first one. You're looking at the brands, which traditional fashion brands can they bring to the table right now? What
Right.
kind of partnerships do they have? How much has they raised in the last year? That's what is important for people. But I do believe that we also need to remember history. We also need to remember who was the first one on chain, who was the first brand to represent here. Talking about the first, I also want to give a huge shout out to a Latvian company. I do believe the only Latvian company that will be represented in New York, Latvia, where I'm originally from. I'm talking
Right.
about Air Baltic. Air Baltic, the airline company here in Europe, is not just the first company who started accepting Bitcoin as a payment back in 2014, 9 years ago, but Air
Amazing.
Baltic is also the first company that launched airline NFTs back in 2020. Just before COVID, that was the company who created the first NFT, and right now they have a huge loyalty program NFT
Mm.
based on the blockchain, based on reward points that they give, based on free tickets that they give away. And I know that our Baltic team will be also presenting in New York, so you'll have a chance to actually learn that regardless of your background, regardless
Mm.
how big, how small are you on the scale of like global companies, there is
Right.
always room for improvement, room for
Yes.
innovation, and it's good to know history because it gives you the perspective that what comes next and who was there from day number one and who are still delivering.
Well, I love that. I'm glad I asked you that question. For those that are watching our conversation, first of all, thanks for your attention. We hope you join us April 12th through the 14th at NFT NYC, and specifically Nikita's panel, which is Surfing the Wave of Digital Fashion Trends. This is happening on Thursday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern on the main stage, of course, because Nikita, it's you and all these amazing people coming to share. I'd love to spend more time with you. You and I could probably just stay on for a week and just talk. But for sake of brevity and keeping things easily consumable by the community, why don't we wrap it here? How can people stay in touch with you and follow your journey?
Absolutely. I believe that we're going to have a lot of time with you in New York, and I'm more than happy to connect with
Yes.
all the fashion and art brands that are coming there. The best way to connect with me through Twitter, Cikaluk Nikita. That's my surname and the first letter of name. On Twitter, follow OriGensXYZ on Rag Radio for weekly episodes every Tuesday, 9 a.m. EST. We'll have live from NFT NYC. We'll have live with Jody and Cam, and you're gonna hear about me much more during the New York time. Right now, make sure that you guys are well prepared because what we have been working on in sense of program,
Yeah.
in sense of activations, in sense of brand awareness, you're gonna love it so much. What kind of work Jody, Cameron, Ian, Tony, Michael, all of them have been putting there, you're gonna love it because I love
Yes.
it and you're gonna love it as well.
Well, I agree with you. And we're in the same corner cheering on the community. And community, thanks for joining us. I'll be back again with another one of these conversations very soon. And until then, everyone.